In my opinion, EA Access is a pretty good service, and it looks like the possibility of it coming to more platforms like the PlayStation 4 or even the Nintendo Switch might be a reality sometime in the future. What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. If you missed my last video, we talked about The Witcher 3 getting all those 4K enhancements. Make sure you check it out when you got the time. Well, this one's going to be about EA and the EA Access, Origin Access, that is on the PC and currently on the Xbox One. You can get a year for $30, or you can pay $5 a month, and you get a whole bunch of content. All the games in the EA Vault, like all their previous games, there's like 30 of them, plus trials first for new games, like for instance Need for Speed Payback, which comes out on November 10th on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. You can play that right now on Xbox One for 10 hours, and eventually the same will be going for Star Wars Battlefront 2. I think it's a really good service at a really good price. Now, if you recall, Sony originally rejected this for the PlayStation, right? But there's a new man in charge of Sony right now, or PlayStation in particular, and there were some interesting quotes yesterday from Electronics Arts post-earnings conference call that might, one could infer that EA Access might be coming to new consoles and platforms in the future. Now, the quote goes like this: "As these communities and many others in our top franchises continue to thrive, our subscription services like EA Access and Origin Access are bringing more players from across our network to join in. Our subscription player base continues to grow, and you should expect us to continue driving this model to more platforms going forward." Now, Blake Jorgensen added, "Subscription obviously is very important to us. We've been doing a lot of work on Origin Access and EA Access, and as Andrew mentioned, you'll most likely see those on other platforms, and you'll most likely see additional content coming into those subscriptions and some exciting things to come there." Now, that is pretty interesting. Other platforms mentioned twice. So, are they talking about PlayStation? Could maybe the new man in charge feel a little bit differently than Andrew House? Cordera was the one who built the network business. Maybe they're not really seeing a lot of growth in PS Now, and they want to get in more on the microtransaction subscription stuff that EA Access offers. Maybe they'll pull a 180 and allow it to be on the service. Makes sense. There are a ton of EA games on PlayStation, just like there are on Xbox. You can immediately have a huge library and the trials to go along with it. It would work just like Xbox. It would probably be a really good idea to do so, but of course Sony would have to allow it, and maybe the change in management would approve that. Now, the other possibility is the Nintendo Switch. We all know that Nintendo is killing it with the Switch. It's a possibility that EA would want to put this service on the platform. However, it's a little bit different there. There aren't a lot of EA games on the Switch right now, so they couldn't really offer a library. And a lot of their current games, like Battlefront and Need for Speed, I don't think are even coming to the Switch. So, in my opinion, it doesn't make as much sense to do it for the Switch. Maybe later on down the road when it gets more games. Maybe they're talking about bringing this service to mobile, like iOS and Android. Although I'm not too sure about what games they have on those platforms. So to me, I think obviously the prime candidate to get EA Access moving forward is PlayStation 4, just because it shares all the same games essentially as Xbox does. I mean, you'd have the same library along with the same trials. I know people maybe would want the Switch to be included, but you'd have to drastically reduce the price because there would be no library and there hardly is any EA games there, so you'd have to cut the price a lot. Plus, there's the whole situation with subscription services. The Nintendo online infrastructure isn't really there yet like it is on PlayStation and Xbox. You don't really know how Nintendo users will take to a subscription service on their platform. Maybe they'll reject it in a way that Xbox and PlayStation users haven't. So there's some of that stuff to kind of work through. But if I had to guess, if you put a gun to my head and said, guess which platform EA Access is going to in the future, my first guess, and the one I would put all the money on, would be PlayStation 4. It fits. There's so many games on there that they could immediately have a library to build upon, and they could charge exactly the same as Xbox. And with the change in management, maybe they've had a change in heart. So we'll be listening to this story to see how it develops in the future. But as of now, EA is talking about potentially bringing the service to more platforms in the future. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are they really going to put it on PlayStation or Nintendo? What do you think? And if you are on PlayStation, would you use EA Access? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, share this out on social media, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you're always notified when I drop new videos. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody has a good rest of the day, and I'll see everybody later.